coming off a much-needed break. We got a chance to heal some of our wounds, and guys are healthy. You know, we had some guys needed some extra time. We feel good about it, you know, get in the training room and get a couple of days off and get re-energized and ready to play. We got a good, we had a good off week. We worked on some fundamentals and techniques, some things we need to clean up, and the young men, they did it. We're ready to face a team in North Alabama. You know, they do a lot of things offensively. This guy was, the offensive coordinator was the GA for Hugh Freeze, you know, who we just faced at Liberty, so we know they're going to spread us out and throw the ball. And number 6, the quarterback, is a good player. And number 9 is the guy they want to get the ball to the other receivers. You know, they got some good running backs. And actually, a guy that I played against when I was at A&M, Terrence Humphrey, his son is playing running back when I was playing. So, you know, I played against his father. So that's I saw it on the roster, which is, man, I'm getting old. But good football team. Defensively, they're going to show you a 4-man front. They're going to show you some odd front, 3-man front. They're going to move it around. You know, they had a good game against Presbyterian. I think it was 41 to like 20 or something. You know, we're going to have a tough battle. But, you know, this is where it starts now. It's conference play, even though that officially, you know, you're not counting North Alabama, but it's a Big South game.
Yeah, I was going to ask that. Even though it technically is not a game, do you guys look at it as your first taste of conference play?
Yeah, we do, because you don't, I mean, they are in the conference. They can be elected for, their players can make, you know, all conference and stuff like that. So it's sort of like, I guess we were in that role last year when people played us, you know. I mean, officially you got the title Big South, but you're not in it, you know what I mean? If that makes sense.
Yeah. Like you said, like you were last year.
Yeah. So I've you know, same way Cameron did. I've been through what they've been through, and you know, North Alabama is going through what we went through, and I think theirs got to last a few more years, right?
Until 2022.
Yeah, because of the transition from Division II. But they've always had a top program, though. Those guys have always been competitive. Even go back to Coach Wallace when I was in college at A&M.
Yeah, didn't Bowden's kid coach there? You know that?
Yeah, Terry Bowden was there. Yeah. Terry Bowden was there for probably about 5 years, I think.
Sure.
Yeah.
You mentioned Humphrey. What type of runner is he? Power guy?
A power guy, number 21. You know, like the lowest shoulders. You know, he's about 6 foot, and he's over 220 pounds, and he runs hard. Varsian, I'm probably not saying his name correctly. You know, he took last year, had the redshirt year last year, and he's back for this. How is he? Who is that now?
Oral Varsian.
Yeah.
Anyway, how would you say he's leading you in tackling? I believe.
Yeah, he's playing well. He's leading us in tackling, and he's getting interest from. I know the Houston Texans called for him. He's getting interest from some NFL scouts. He's playing the nickel role for us. And that's like a hybrid type safety linebacker. He's doing a great job. He's getting a lot of interest. I know the Redskins talked about him yesterday. I mean, I think he's over close to 30 tackles now or something. Yeah, he's playing well.
In the second year?
He's playing well.
He had a little bit of an injury last year, right?
Yeah, he struggled with a knee injury. And so we went on and redshirted him. There's no need of pushing it. You know, we didn't think he would get back, so we redshirted him.
That rule really was pretty good, well-timed.
Oh, you were a genius. When you talked about it, you know, at first I was kind of iffy about it, but it's working. And then we're using it this year. You know, we got to announce soon that we're going to redshirt at least 10 guys this year because the 4 games are up.
I noticed Butts has missed a few games with an injury.
No, Butts won't be one of them. Trust me. When you go, you know, when you make plays like that, he won't be one of those guys.
Is he good to go this week?
He's good to go, but he's not going to be 100%. But you know, we need to see what he can do.
Speaking of guys who how about Christian Angulo? It's not knows he grabbed a hand.
Yeah, we don't. It ain't. He doubtful. Yeah, that concerns me. I'm worried about that one because we're thin. we got to recruit heavy in that secondary next year. We got to recruit heavy in the secondary. You know, it's hard, guys, when you know, we come here, it's 4 defensive linemen, and we put all our eggs in D linemen. It's just each year we got to just keep building, you know, and once again, you know, after a year and a half of being here, we're trying to take a 3-year deal and do it in 1.5 years, and it's hard. It's hard. But I like the parts we got, but we're not there. We're not there where we need to be.
Is that a difficult thing to do when you recruit, is to balance positions and not over-recruit in one position?
It is, but the problem you got is with defensive linemen, you got to have 2 deep, and when you got 12 and 13 scholarships, because you got so many other kids on scholarships that's been here, you know, your hands are tied because you only get a certain amount of scholarships, so you have to. That's where each year you got to balance it out. But you can't. You know, you and I both know with Sturdivant had surgery 2 years ago, and then that only left us with 3 defensive linemen, which is unheard of in college football. You know, I've never in my life heard of a situation where you got 3 defensive linemen. So for us to overcome that, and now we got 20 D linemen now. That's our deepest position. But we needed that. You know, if you look at when the Eagles won the Super Bowl, they won the Super Bowl with the D line. You got to, you know, it's up front. Now we got to invest in the offense. And we were fortunate, you know, we got DeAndre, we got some, you know, Bud Sims, some running backs. We're good. We got, you know, getting Jada Kiss was you know, that's huge. And he's just a sophomore. We're young, guys. You know, think about it. Mason King, you know, DeAndre Falk, all those guys are young. We're young. We got a young football team. You know, and a lot of the guys that we recruited last year are playing.
Shug Frazier, he's missed a couple of games, right?
Yeah, he did. He had an eligibility issue.
Oh.
Yeah, the first 2 games.
First 2 games?
Yep.
Okay, so
he's back now.
Okay.
Yeah, he's getting settled in and playing now.
You mentioned Bonds, and he seems to do something every week that warrants asking you. And as Richie pointed out, he's averaging 2 touchdowns a game now.
Yeah, I just hope that this is an NFL guy. You can clearly see it. You know, this is a guy that could possibly come out next year. You know, people come in and they like, you know, man, look at Liberty. He had the same numbers the kid number 11 had from Liberty, and this kid is projected to be a top draft pick. Oh, they had like 8 catches for 144 yards.
Eight for 144.
And a rushing
Yeah,
touchdown.
and that's what I'm saying. That you're putting those kind of numbers up against a BCS school. I mean, he just, you know, this guy could come back next year and be gone. He's that good. And I knew that when we recruited him. You know, I told you guys, him coming in here, you know, he originally committed to West Virginia. Then he committed to East Carolina, you know, at the end, and then, you know, it didn't work out there. They didn't think he was the kind of guy that they wanted. And we would just fell right in our hands. I got in the car and, you know, and went on a recruiting trip, and hey, he committed to us then. So I'm tickled to death.
What do you mean he could be gone? You mean to an FBS?
No, I mean he could be an NFL guy. He's been in school 3 years. He's leading FCS. He's second in the nation. The kind of numbers he's putting up, this guy could probably finish over 15 touchdowns at the rate he's going, or maybe more. And he's averaging, I forget what he's averaging a catch. He's a 6'4". This is a 6'4" guy, 205 now. Next year he'll be in the market of, you know, weight-wise, probably 215.
You guys ever measure his vertical?
We did, and I think it was over 38 inches. He's a basketball player.
Yeah.
This guy's a freak, man. We call half man, you know, half amazing, freak. We call him a freak, seriously. This is you know, I've been at Texas Tech and Cincinnati and East Carolina. We didn't have players. We didn't have a player like that. This is a good player now. You know, we just got to, you know, keep developing him, and just you know, we just keep working hard with him as far as technique, fundamentals, and grasping the game, being cerebral out there on the field, reading your coverages, reading your defensive backs, you know, understanding, you know, when they in, you know, in the quarters coverage or when they in cover 3, understanding where to find the, you know, the gaps at and stuff like that. As far as, when I say gaps, I'm speaking as far as, you know, when you're throwing out there in the secondary. I'm talking about finding the right, you know, sticking your foot down and finding those right little open spaces and stuff. And then, you know, Jada is known for yaks, and that's you know, yards after the catch. So he brings a lot, but I'm just saying is that we could really talk about him next year possibly coming out as a junior at a FCS school, and you rarely see that. That could happen here. And I hope it don't happen,
Right.
but that could happen with him. I'm telling you, the kind of numbers he putting up, because everybody's, you see the tweets from the FCS, and this is not coming from us. It's coming from people outside of here.
Yeah, there's a lot out there.
Yeah.
Traffic.
And I told the guys, me, I'm sitting here today, if you ask me, I would like to have been 4-0. We should be 3-1. But I'm thanking God that we're 2-2, because I've been talking to some of my friends, man, around the country, and some of them are 0-4 and they 1-3. So I'll take 2-2. I really will. Going into the conference, we should be 3-1. But the Virginia Union played the game of their life. If you look at them now, they going through, there've been some tough games. They had to kick one selling with a field goal. They lost Lenore Ryan. They played the game of their life. But it was a good wake-up for us, because our kids came back to Howard and they responded. And there's a lot of hype between, which y'all, the real HU. And I played in that game back then, back in 85 and 84. So, our kids responded. But in an ideal world, if you'd asked me when the season started, I would have said we should be 3-1. I said, and we'd have to fight hard to be 4-0 to beat Liberty. I'm a realist. I'm a realist. But I like where we at. We 2-2, and now it's time to get in the conference. Let's play. Let's play. And I also can see what people got to understand. Yeah, we do have DeAndre Francois. You can see there's some connections going on between him and Jada. And there's got to be connection with him and Bale. There's got to be connection with Alex Daner. All that stuff takes time. And I'm hoping that we're hitting it at the right time.